tonight on Sunday Night Primetime. San Francisco looks for their first sweep of Seattle since 2011. Can the Seahawks avoid the broom? We'll find out next on EA Sports.
With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington.
Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13.
Taken at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And for the first time, we get a look at the veteran Russell Wilson as he gets set to lead yet again the Seattle Seahawks offense.
On 1st and 10, Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The numbers for him from a week ago. 4 catches, 55 yards.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
This defense for the Niners, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
On 1st down, Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. And hang on here because the running back, Chris Carson, yet to get up after that play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Wilson now off the bootleg.
He'll get this out wide to Penny.
Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. And it looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
But defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Now it's Wilson. They set up the screen to Penny. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the 1st. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there.
Boy, that was certainly well read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle him for just a short gain.
So Wilson heads to the sideline, and on comes Jason Myers for the Seahawk field goal. And Myers able to knock it through. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
We get our first look now at Trey Lance, ready to quarterback the San Francisco offense. And Lance, the number 3 pick in the 2021 draft out of North Dakota State.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. These two teams, they met up in Seattle earlier in the year with the Seahawks coming away victorious. So a win here in Seattle, tough as that may be, would give them the season sweep. On second down, another shot for Sermon.
It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll try and run for the first with Sermon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Obviously an important run to avoid the 3 and out on your own side of the field.
Shows a lot of faith in that offensive unit, doesn't it? That you want to run the ball in that situation, pick up the first down. Also helps out your defensive guys a little bit, too. Allows them to get at least one more series of downs in order to get some rest.
Sermon now on 1st and 10.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep.
And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively, because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move them back in the backfield and make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet.
And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
First carry for Raheem Mostert.
Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Lance, a handoff here to Mostert.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Lance, a give now to Sermon.
Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
On 2nd down, Mostert.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
The 49ers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. On the handoff, Sermon. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
And when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
They hand it off to Mostert.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
Now a handoff. Sermon. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line.
Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back.
Sermon. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Trey Sermon. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Gould with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it was finished off by the rookie Trey Sermon. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this ball's going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt.
They'll start on the ground with Mostert. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. From the gun, a run with Mostert. And a short 3-yard pickup gets him up to the 15. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Now Lance. And looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted. Jordan Brooks with it. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead at 10-7. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. Now it's Wilson. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they'll run with Sermon to begin the drive. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Lance looking to throw it.
And he slings one that's incomplete. He was trying to get it to George Kittle, his tight end, and it's third down.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else. Ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
Throwing his Lance on third down.
Escaping. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
And that was Carlos Dunlap who got in to take him down.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Returnable for Lockett. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. That got the lead last time, had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and give these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive.
And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now. To throw on 2nd and 10. Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. From midfield now, here's Wilson. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon. They'll boot it away from about his 35. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here.
A 1st down run there by Mostert as he'll get this forward for a gain of about 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL.
Draw play here. Lance hands to Mostert.
And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Now Mostert. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
A 1-yard gain could look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Now after the sack, Lance and the Niners staring up here at a 3rd and long. On 3rd down, here comes Mostert.
And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line.
That's it, baby.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Well, let's gaze our attention as the offense takes the field on Rashad Penny. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far, here in the second quarter. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Short throw to Dissly. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. From the shotgun, Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete.
Yeah, that's a nice job there defensively to blanket those receivers on 3rd down. And as a quarterback, all you can do is just loft one toward the bench. Not too close, mind you, and live to punt the football.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback.
Well, the Niners going back on offense now late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. So we are at halftime here in downtown. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
On 2nd down, another shot for Sermon.
And he'll be tackled at about the 35.
55 rushing yards rushing for him now in the ball game. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Here's Sermon.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Wilson leaves this one with Penny. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Wilson leaves it for Penny. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that'll make it third down. Now Wilson. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. Touchdown. Will Dissly. His 5th touchdown now on the year. Here the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Extra point up and through by Myers. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Scoring summary. 3-play drive. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. The return man, Wilson. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Flushed out right.
They'll dump this off to Sermon, complete.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
They give to Sermon out of the gun.
And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
And they run once more with Sermon.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. The tackle there by Quandre Diggs. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
They run out of the shotgun with Mostert.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line.
54 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. And now they'll throw with Lance.
That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Here's Mostert.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
They'll run with Mostert.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Raheem Mostert.
His 11th touchdown of the year. And the 49ers are back within a score. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal. That time, a 9-play drive.
And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Raheem Mostert.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Here's Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Wilson defers to Penny here on the draw. Powering his way forward. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. 18 yards on each of the last 2 plays, and they're picking up big chunks now. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Here's Wilson to throw. Touchdown, Seahawks. Rashad Penny, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Myers connects on the PAT, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Lance going to throw.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert.
And no room that time, getting it to about the 46.
Porter gusting there to get him down defensively.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
To throw, it's Lance.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Darrell Taylor able to record his 5th sack of the season. Now after the sack, Lance and the Niners staring up here at a 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw, eluding the pressure right.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Lance and company going on 4th down.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. So they really needed points here in a two-score game. Could not come away with anything there on fourth.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over it that time, but it's going to lead to third down. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Short throw to Dissly.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He hit his first, this one from 38. Myers' kick is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 13.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away into fourth.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Shotgun now for Lance.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Now after the sack, Lance and the Niners staring up here at a 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Lance.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Darrell Taylor
in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
And they'll go for it. Lance.
Flush to his right. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. And that is incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And how about this for a setup? The ball will go over on downs at the 1-yard line. So still over 3 minutes remaining. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Russell Wilson keeping it himself from a yard out.
And the Seahawks look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead.
And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
No return here for Wilson. It's a touchback. It'll come out to the 25.
The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Lance now on 1st down.
Escaping the pressure right. Deep ball for Goodwin.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Sidney Jones. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, The NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in Week 4, and it was the visiting Seahawks who were victorious in that one. So they now look for the sweep here back home in Seattle.
Again, it's Penny. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. They'll run with Penny here out of the shotgun. And he is going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's a give to Penny. Shoves him aside. And they'll get this down to the 10.
55 rushing yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
So the victory here for